All right, ladies and gentlemen, traitors, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Guys, hit that thumbs up if you're tuning in, and if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to our lovely channel. So, in this one, we're going to be going over a couple of trades, a couple of key trades that we took today, and we're going to talk about a couple of key stocks that we also traded to get ourselves up $1,600. We had a decent day today and actually a couple of base hits, nothing super serious across the board to lock in the gains. Man, and boy, was today a day that we lost a lot of money. Now, before we really jump into it, remember our disclaimer. Remember that day trading is risky business. Remember, a lot of people out there are having a hard time, all right? A lot of traders are struggling. A lot of traders are having a rough time. So, as you're going through the learning curve, take it slow. Utilize small share size. Utilize risk money. Utilize simulators. That way, your tuition is going to be low, right? You don't need to spend and or lose a lot of money to learn. You can learn at a very cost efficient rate. All right. With that being said, remember, I do not invest for my subscribers. Be careful of fake accounts. I will never message you first randomly for no reason. Other than that, remember, copy trading is always dangerous. Never try to copy trade me. It takes months, more commonly years, to learn the strategy. All right. Now, with that being said, let's deep dive into it. Into it like QuickBooks. All right. Okay. CMTL. This is the one that I really traded, and good to see that it's back up here. Actually, wow, this is a nice move. This is a nice move here over VWAP coming into the close. Not bad at all. This was the stock that I traded earlier for majority of the gains. This thing went from lows of 290 to a high of 438. And if we zoom out here and kind of bring it back, we can see that over this pre-market ridge is where we really started moving. And it wasn't quite the opening surge because we had a red candle, but after the 1 minute candle made the new high over 313, we pushed up there aggressively to 30 and then to 70. And from there again 78 and maxing out at 94. Now, one of the things that I mentioned to the audience during the live stream is that moving forward, I got to be a little quicker to pull out bigger size because a lot of the trades that I'm taking early are solid trades, but I'm taking them with small size. And by the time I'm looking to size up, we're starting to see a little bit more chop, a little bit more consolidation. And as we know, we can make money in the consolidation, but it is a little tricky, especially when it comes to determining a low, especially after such an aggressive move up. You move up, what is this? 37, 36% or so. It's hard to determine where the pullback is going to be. And in this case, we pulled back about 17% before bouncing. It's easy to find yourself buying lows that are not actually the bottom, especially if you size up and you can end up giving back profits. So, that's something to really keep in mind. So for me, I got to size up a little sooner. But this move here was nice. I mean, anytime you can get over the pre-market high 317 and take off, there's going to be opportunities. Even if you're somebody who's holding longer, I mean, this is a nice push. If you're hyper scalping like we are, it's a nice push. We can get in and out 5, 10, 15 cents at a time and try to lock in some gains. So after the move down, we had a pullback, which essentially started to hold up the VWAP area. You can say like this zone here was like our support. From here, it moved back up and curled up. So over 50, 53, we got up to 84 and then 99, essentially double topping. And I gave back money in this area here, being a little too aggressive towards the highs. So I made good money going up, gave back some on the move down. Made good money going up, gave back some in some of these areas. And even on some green candles too, where just being a little too aggressive, man. Like we made a lot of money on this stock. We should have walked away with a lot more. We didn't retain a ton of our earnings, which was not good. We sized up in key areas, caught losses. But anyhow, it pulled back here. We held up nicely. We had high points around 66 or so before, you know, like let's say as in like the midpoint of this move here. When we pulled back, we had lows around 57, 55. We didn't quite hold up mid 60s, but you know, high 50s we held up. From there, we pushed back up to 90. And right here is where we finally started to push up for break of 4. So we had 95, quick dip, low of 86, and then it ripped up through 4 once and for all to 429. I don't think it got all the way up there right away. I think it got to like 15 and then pulled back and then tried again. And this is one of the candles I actually gave back profits. I can show you guys here too. So 951, I mean, I gave back profits in so many areas, man. It's a little frustrating, but you know, part of the deal. Watch right here. So break of 4 is about to happen, right? Oh man. So let's see. Even down here, I'm kind of trying before. We're not quite pushing up, but I'm back in at 90, out at 90. And this trade, let's see, difference, 5 seconds difference. I'm back in at 96 after some time. And this is where it finally goes. And it takes off. So, you know, this is a decent trade. We're in at 96, out at 08. Solid trade. And it dips down. It dips down to $4. I think it got to a high of like 13 or 15. And at 4, it sat there for like a half a second. And I'm like, come on, right? Where's this move? Because I'm expecting us to retest like 15 and then 20. I'm in. This is me trying to be aggressive. It's 5,000 shares. And, you know, it just doesn't happen. This is a good size loss here too. 8 cents, right? We kind of like wipe out this gain that we just had. And it just doesn't feel good. And you know, let's see, it dipped down some more. It dipped all the way to like 87. All the way down to like 87, man. We don't typically see this, but it does happen from time to time. So I'm glad I cut this trade quick, and I did thought I got filled. I bought, and when I bought, the spreads were like 4 by like 402. I think, but I got filled at 04. We can check the archive, but maybe the ask was at 04. But you know, it's all good. We would have still wanted to see this go to 20 right here. But anyhows, it dips all the way down to like 87. I'm back in, and then it gets over 4. And the moment I sold it like 04, it started to like take off even more. It got to, I think, like 13, 17. And then right here, I'm like, maybe it goes all the way to like 40, 50. And this was an aggressive entry. I wouldn't consider this chasing it because, you know, the way the level 2 looked and the way the tape was moving, it resembled a stock that would like go all the way, like to the halt level. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it here. I jump in aggressively and it gets to 29.30. I'm out at 25, and then it comes back down. What was the high right here? So that was after 51, 52 area. Yeah, we got to 29, and then it came back down. And the low right there was 17, and then we had that pullback. So right here, what happened is that I bought. This is just so frustrating. What time was this? 4:51. It's like I bought the dips. So when I tell you guys, there's a lot of dips that I lost on, right? So we had the high of 29. Stock comes down a little bit right here, and where's 51 candle? Actually, no, this is back here. But anyhow, the stock had came down a little bit. I tried to get back in for the the retest, but I'm in too high, so I stop out at the low, which was 12, and then it goes without me, and it's like, are you kidding me, man? So, well, actually, no, I got back in this time. Well, I was able to get back in right here. But yeah, this did happen quite a bit in other areas. So right here, we were aggressive to get back in at 12. Yeah, that level of 12, I remember. So, you know, hyper scalping, trying to get our way through. This was a high of day attempt. It didn't quite go to continue over the level at the 30, right? it broke below 12 at 55, and we tried for that dip, for the move back up, but I was in a little high. It came down lower, kind of got chopped out there. But even in this area here, right? Like I'm expecting a 1 minute consolidation and flag to then go higher. Sometimes it's not the case, and we can see it ended up being a much more prolonged flag. So what we can do is bring this all the way here, and we can bring this coming across. When we eventually had the candle make the new high, instead of this being a green candle to continue up, it was a false breakout. And this is what really lets me know. So I kind of had a question in a mentor session today, which was, how do you know to zoom out, right? Well, candles like this and inaccuracy on these type of candles, then I'll say, okay, let me see what's going on. All right, the 5 minute chart looks very bullish still, but that doesn't guarantee we're gonna hold up. But what it tells me is that, hey, the 1 minute the 1 minute pullback here is not working. Watch for the breakdown and try the 5 minute setup. So right here I should have been back in on the 5 minute setup, and the low here was 80. I should have been back in on these lows and watching for this to go up all the way back to highs. I'm not taking 5 minute setups like I used to. I'm not holding them as long. Sometimes I'll take the entry or dabble with the area, but I'm taking a couple cents rather than giving it the entire time. Which I think I need to give it more time, right? It's like a solid setup, especially when it works out well. The risk is always well defined. But right here, we would have loved to see this. Give the 1 minute candle to make the new high. This red candle here be green, and us starting to move back to the highs. That would have been a good pullback. But, and from there, it broke down. And this, for me, is where we start to get backside when I see this fail. But it doesn't guarantee the stock is done. So you can still keep an eye. If it curls back up to levels you like, you can watch. And that's what I do. And twice it tried and rejected. And then right here, it's like, I'm done. This time, I was like, I'm done. But over here, we can see later in after hours, power hour time, came back up. And it might be in play tomorrow, but we can see we're getting some clear resistance. If we come back to this area here, and we put a trend line, we could say we're kind of getting the resistance around 405. Well, maybe not. It got up to 20, so we can say high of day resistance. Resistance at high of day. We can put a blue trend line here. Proximity of high of day, but it's back below now, and we'll have to see what it does. All of this is resistance. So between 4 and 420 is resistance. Let's put this as blue. In case we trade this tomorrow, we can just use these same trend lines. Between 4 and 420 resistance. So that was CMTL. RELI opportunity did cost for me because I'm watching the other stock, so I wasn't able to trade this one through and through. And also a stock where we're up about 1200 at one point, gave back, or maybe 800 at one point, 900 gave back. But yeah, it started off with a bit of a red to green, or a green to red, to then a red to green, and we did have a flag up here. It didn't continue higher. We had a false breakout, but off the VWAP curl, it really did well, breaking through high of day over 83 cents and getting halted up. From there, it got all the way to $1, and I thought I traded this resumption well. Man, sometimes the fills, we do rely on some price improvement from time to time. But I thought I traded this thing well. Actually, did I trade it at all there? Let's see. Oh, one. Well, okay, never mind. Okay. So this must means that I took a massive loss or my size wasn't big enough. And it looks like it was not big enough. Because these are some from awesome trades. Yeah, my share size wasn't big enough. 3,500 is like baby size. I needed like 15,000 to like actually see the gains be properly reflected. So 88 to 95. This is great. 92 to 97 is great. Okay, it looks like we took a loss. So the moment I sized up, it looks like I took a loss. 97 to 93, and then 94 to 93. and then I'm in at 90, out at 89. So 3 losses with bigger size, back to back to back. Ay ay ay. Small gain here, small gain there, and you can see I sized up some more because I'm like, okay, we need more shares to make more of an impact. We tried break of one and got blazed here. I think right here was just a spread. Like, it didn't even seem like we came down, but you know, sometimes that spread open up and you just get caught massively. But you know, we gave that one a good shot. We made like 900. We came back, you know, tried again. I think it got over one eventually. In at 94 out of 97. That's not bad. In at 97 out at 01. In at 98 out at 1. In at 99 out at 1. But this is like barely making anything here on this one. In at 3 out at 4. And then losses here. I mean, yeah, RELI, but you know, could have been better. I think I tried for a dip at one point and got blazed. I think I got blazed on a dip somewhere. But you know, again, the main, as I mentioned earlier, gotta size up much more aggressively, much sooner, and it makes a huge, like, if all these trades on this stock is with 15,000 shares, because I could get filled just as quickly with 5,000 as I can with 15,000. It's like my high point. I think I was up 900. Instead of being up 900 at the highs, it's literally up 2,500 at the highs. And let's assume I do give back, right? Let's assume I gave back. It's like instead of ending up 400, I end up maybe 1,400, 1,500, 1,600. Yeah, it sucks to come from 2,500 down to 16, 1,500. But 1,500 versus 400, you know, there's a massive difference there, right? So I gotta size up some more. I haven't been super aggressive ever since the drawdown. I've kind of been like, you know, taking it easy, but we gotta size back up. Like, there's no reason to not be ultra aggressive. We're only gonna be this young once. You know, I'm at a point where I don't have a, let's say I don't have a ton of responsibilities, right? Things can change before you know it. There's RT Junior, there's other well, let's not say stress, but responsibilities, and maybe you're not allowed to be as aggressive or you can't be as aggressive. So now is the time to be alive. There's no day like today. The best time to grow a tree is right now. So I got to put forward the energy, the initiative, and you know, make the quick adjustment, make the necessary adjustment. So tomorrow we got to utilize a little bit more size earlier, and we got to be reactive. And also I got to give the breakouts just a little bit more time to capitulate. Once the pattern is making sense, we got to give the breakout a chance, right? To resolve. I'm in and out too quickly sometimes when there's no need to be out, and missing the extra 5-10 cents, or on more expensive stocks the extra 15-20 cents, and that also compounds, right? When it comes to the dips, I got to be a little bit more patient, and I got to also size down. All right, let me make sure to pull out a sticky, because sometimes you can forget these things very quickly. All right, so more size early. More size early. Be patient on the dips. Wait for the proper dips. And then smaller size on the dip as well. Smaller size. Give breakouts a little more time to work. Also, from yesterday, I said to stay reactive. If you miss a trade, keep pushing forward. Don't stop. Stay reactive. If you miss a trade, stay locked in. So I encourage you guys to all, and my sticky is like a little transparent because of the green screen. But yeah, get a sticky, write it down before you come in tomorrow. Read it over, remind yourself of what you're doing and what your plan is. That way you can be the most efficient. And so tomorrow we're more than likely gonna see a nice sweet day. All right. So with that being said, hit that thumbs up. Check out those links down below. It's been Relentless Trader, your favorite day trading YouTuber, showing up once again. Guys, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be back. Well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's a holiday. We're going to be back on Thursday. Tomorrow is Juneteenth. So we're off. Big team house meeting tomorrow. Planning all the sweet activities for the Miami trip. Actually, there's already a bunch of stuff that's planned, but we're going to do the cherry on top. But other than that, yeah, guys, take it easy, stay safe. Check out those links, right? Momo Pro, the classes, as well as the Discord chat room, all right? Momo Pro is the scanning software that I use. You guys can utilize coupon code Relentless for 20% off if you are interested. Other than that, check out the chat room. The Relentless Trading chat room is where it goes down, all right? So you can always come here and see how the members are doing. We got Triad holding it down. Some of the students doing really well. A few red P&Ls because we are transparent, small size as well. So this is what we like to see. Patience, right? Jessica with a bigger red day today. Was up 1400 at 10 a.m. Didn't walk and traded till 4 p.m. Well, regardless of if it's sim or not, the main thing is to always be disciplined towards the rules, right? And I had a mentor session today and we spoke about the importance of having a plan before entering the position. You got to make sure you understand what your profit target is. You have to make sure you understand what your risk is in the trade, right? Before hitting the buy button. That way there's no surprises and you're not improvising in the moment, because when you don't have a stop loss, you can find yourself saying, okay, let me see how this goes, let me see what this does, rather than cutting out quickly, right? But if it is an accumulation of small paper cuts throughout the day, then of course an overall max loss on the day can help stop the bleeding right before coming back another day, maybe the next day, later in the day, for better momentum. 30,000 in a sim. So I'm guessing this is some massive size from Sam. Sam, you can send me a message, check in. We can talk a little bit about share size. Cactus, getting it done. Marcelo, no trades. We're still waiting for Marcelo to be back up and running, and I think he will be back up and running in no time. Some of the international accounts are going through some turmoil, but I think Schwab will get their act together. All right. Oren with a small size. Broster. So, let's continue to push forward. All right. Let's continue to progress one day at a time, one trade at a time. Green Dream in a bit of a funk, saying, at least he mentioned, right? I did see this post earlier. I gotta always remember to click the emoji. Sometimes I don't, but the pastor is always rooting for the team here. Tim holding it down. Lucas, nice day today. Beam, and shout out to Beam, who's really been coming into his own and doing very well. All right. Other than that, yeah, you guys can check out the classes. And by the way, the Discord, if you come up here to members, no, members, server shop. This is how you can join. You can become an elite member today, all right, and have full access. Of course, excluding the MMU chat rooms, but you can have access to the trading floor and be a part of the community. So other than that, the classes, as you guys know, the good old Merciless Markets University, all right. We did take down our coupon code Miami, but for anybody who is interested, you guys can check it out. This is where it goes down when it comes to learning how to trade this hyper scalping style. Our A to Z course is one of the best out there, if not the best. All right. It's progressive, it's easy to digest. And if you are a Diamond member, you'll have access to myself, Marcelo, the other mentors. And if we do offer one-on-one sessions, myself and Marcelo, there's live trading archives from all the guys. There's access to the chat room. There's low latency live streaming in the chat room. There's also our trading archives that you guys can check out, right? There's weekly Q&As. So other than that, and you might say, Relentless, what is a weekly archive, or what is a daily archive that you upload? And that is this right here. My screen, including all my instruments. This is what's uploaded for the students to see at the end of the day. All right, so be sure to hit that thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe, stay green. It's been your favorite YouTuber, RD, and I'm out like South.